This is the story of Squeaky the Squirrel.
Once upon a time, there was a nice little squirrel who lived in a big tree with his mother and siblings. His name was Squeaky. Everybody made fun of him because he was not really brave or smart like his brother or sister. One night, when he was reading a book from his mother's library, he noticed something fall out of it.
Oh, it's just a page of the book,
he thought. When he picked it up and took a closer look, he saw that it was a map. A map that led to what? He did not know, but he was going to find out. He left for his big adventure the next morning. His first destination was the jungle of hidden fears. Walking through the scary place, he heard weird noises and saw strange creatures, very ugly ones. Even through being afraid, he told himself he had to keep walking. Then, when he was almost out, he met an alligator that told him,
"If you want to get out, you have to face your worst fear."
Nowhere saying.
What may that be?
He said with a shaky voice.
Fire,
the alligator said. A minute after, fire appeared out of nowhere. He was afraid, but he told himself to calm down and think. So he thought about what he could do. He thought about the little stream that ran nearby. He was just wondering how to carry it to the fire. He found vines, wood, and leaves. He used them to make a bucket. Then he filled it with the water and poured it on the fire. The fire died out and he vanquished his deepest fear. He finally got out of the jungle with a big smile on his face. For the first time, someone called him brave. He was so happy he skipped to his second destination, the Riddle Castle, who was owned by a crazy old owl. When he got there, he knocked but heard no answer. He looked around and decided to enter the manor. It was dark and cold inside. Shivering, he saw steps that led to another door, probably the one that would lead him out. Only 3 steps. He stepped on the first one, and the owl appeared out of nowhere, saying,
Welcome to the Riddle Castle. You have to solve a riddle every step you take, which means there is 3 steps, so you get 3 riddles. Solve all 3 of them. You can go through this door.
What if I miss one?
You have to turn around and go back home.
Terrified, he answered,
All right, what is the first riddle?
What 5-letter word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it?
He thought about it and decided to take the 2 last letters out of shorter because they are the ones added. So he answered,
The answer is short.
You are right. Go up a step for the next one.
He goes up a step and looks at the owl. The riddler then asked,
Which month has 28 days?
All of them, because they all mostly have 28 days,
said the little squirrel.
Excellent. Go up one more step for your last riddle.
He goes up the last step. Finally, the owl says,
This is the hardest one. Which letter of the alphabet has the most water?
Squeaky thought about it for a while, but he didn't know. He started thinking about the alphabet.
A, B, C. Wait, C is like the C.
So he told the owl,
The answer to your riddle is the letter C.
Right, good job. You answered every riddle I had to ask you. Now you can continue your adventure, smart squirrel.
Squeaky left the castle with a big smile on his face. It was the first time someone had told him he was smart, and he was proud of it. His last destination was marked by an X, but didn't say what it was. He walked and ran for a few hours, and finally found the last place. He was speechless. It was the mountain of golden nuts. Only the bravest and smartest squirrel could find it. He walked towards it slowly. Then the guardian of the treasure appeared and said,
You battled your greatest fear, and passed the riddler. You can have your prize now.
Wait, all this is mine?
said Squeaky.
Well, yes,
answered the guardian. He ran back home to get his mother and siblings, and told them his big accomplishment. They did not believe him at first, so he showed them. They were so happy that they all moved to the tree that was closest to the gold. Squeaky was never laughed at again, and was the richest squirrel ever known in squirrel history. The end.